Good afternoon, everybody. It is Charles Wagangubeni, and we are live now with a Brown Sets in Conversation. Right now, joining us will be Maseabe Mokhine, and she's going to be telling us about her brand, which is Runako Naturals. In a moment, I'm just going to have her join. Hi, Maseabe.
Hello, Charles. I can hardly hear you. You sound very far.
Can you hear me now?
Still inaudible.
Okay, let me just check something. Everything seems to be fine on my side.
Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, because you sound like very, very far. Put my volume on.
Yeah. Let me see. Try turning the volume up on your side.
It's all up.
Let me see. Okay. Cancellation. Can you hear me better now?
No.
Can you hear me better now?
It's very, very, very low. Very low.
Is that much better?
Still the same.
Okay, let me just try this. Okay, go. Can you hear me much better now?
No, I can't.
Sorry, let me just
I don't know
adjust
if it's my
these
device. Maybe
settings.
we should change devices.
I think it may just be your device. Let me just check something quickly. All right. I've done all that I can. Can you hear me much better now? Maseabe? Uh, Good afternoon, guys. Sorry about the struggle. We're just struggling with audio, but we are still here. For those of you that just joined in, good afternoon to you, and thank you for taking your lunchtime to actually tune into a Brown Sense in Conversation with Maseabe Mokhine, the person behind the brand, Runako Naturals. We're still just trying to get her back on board. I'm just gonna check and see who's watching, who's available. I can't see anyone as yet. Oh, Maseabe, are you back on? Maseabe? Okay. I hear feedback. Maseabe, are you back on?
I am here.
Oh, can you? There we go. All right, now I can see you.
You're frozen.
Just pause for a second. There we go. Our video seems to be delayed. For everyone that can see me, good afternoon. We are joined by Maseabe from Runako Naturals. I'm going to ask her to introduce herself formally and for her to tell us a bit about herself. Maseabe, over to you. From start.
I feel very, very low, so I'm gonna just try my best. Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Maseabe Mokhine. I grew up in the township called Kagiso. Kagiso is in the west of Joburg. I am a mom to a 12-year-old. I'm a qualified biotechnologist. I've worked in various laboratories in industry. I currently work for a life science company as a salesperson. But the reason we're here is to discuss my business, Runako Naturals, where I do formulation, production, sales, and everything. I am the owner and founder of Runako Naturals. It's a hair care brand. I also do beard products. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Guys, again, for those of you that just joined, you are tuned into a conversation with Maseabe from Runako Naturals. So, getting straight into it, right? The first question that anyone would ever ask is, how do you do it? All right, you're a full-time employee and you are also running your own business where you are your own boss. And like you said just now, Oguti, you do everything basically from sales to making sure Oguti the product is wrapped, it's packaged properly. And how do you do it? Where do you find the time?
I don't have a life. Basically, Runako Naturals is my life. So during the day, I work. And then in the evenings, that's Runako Naturals. Weekends are either production or I'm so tired and sleeping. So unfortunately, I had to sacrifice a lot of things, including my social life. I do not have a life. And that's how I managed to do what I do. It's still a bit of a struggle to balance between being a mom and being a full-time employee and business, but sacrifices. I had to sacrifice my time, social life, TV, a lot of things. So it involves a lot of sacrifice. But I'm here and I'm still standing. It's really, really hard. Sometimes I'm too tired to even sleep, but we push.
Mm.
It's not easy.
All right. Tell me quickly. All right. I want to know why the name Runako.
Okay. Runako is a Shona name that means beauty. So the Zimbabwean Shona name means beauty. And it fits perfectly with the brand because I mean we are in the business of beauty and the brand is here to help brown people to feel confident in wearing their hair and in its natural state and to never ever feel ugly when they're not covering their hair or what. So yeah, that's why Runako. This is a name that was gifted to me by a friend many years ago, and I fell in love with it. I think it's a beautiful name.
Beautiful,
So,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. I can totally agree. Well, I didn't know what Runako meant, but now that I
Yes.
do, it's totally a beautiful name, and I can relate with it. And I believe other people can also sort of relate to it. And then the next question would be why particularly hair products? Um, and following up to that, would you be looking at growing it into other departments of beauty since Runako means beauty?
Okay. Before I continue, the natural part of the name is not
Mhm,
necessarily natural hair, but it's actually because natural ingredients have been incorporated into the product. So the naturals of it is the nature's goodness, all the herbs that have been incorporated into the formula. So
mhm,
my natural hair journey started in 1999.
mhm.
So I've been a natural all my life. I had dreadlocks for 11 years. So from 99 up to, I don't know, the early 2000s. Yes. So when I had my dreadlocks in 99, we didn't have any natural hair salons in my community.
Mhm.
So that's where the experimenting with different ingredients started. I wasn't aware that I was, working towards building a brand, but I've been experimenting with hair products all my adult life, basically. And this business really, I think, was just a natural progression. I started off with a hair butter that I was purchasing from outside the country, and my hair was growing beautifully. And people started asking me to bring the product for them, and that's how the business really started in 2017. That's how Runako Natural started. At that time, I
Mm.
wasn't making the product. Only in 2020 did I start formulating my own product and then expanded the business. And your second question was, do I see myself
Growing
physically?
it into expanding it into skincare as well.
I, it's possible, but not now. It's not something that I'm looking at for the next 2 years, but it will happen. It will happen.
It'll happen eventually.
I
I
will just
love that.
allow
I
it.
love that. I love a growing business. Personally, I love a growing business. I want to find out from you, what were your worst moments in terms of building the brand and starting it? So I hear you saying 1999 you started out experimenting with your own hair, and eventually you got to a point where people started asking you, what are you using? And it's working. Oh my God, it's working. We can actually see that your hair is growing. What were your worst moments where um, you got your hair burnt and you got an error of sorts?
When I got my so my worst moment where I got my hair burnt.
Yeah, where your hair broke or whatever happened. The worst moment in terms of discovering Runako Naturals.
So this was in 2016. I actually chemically processed my hair in 2016. I did a perm, that old-fashioned perm with one
Yeah,
the blonde.
yeah,
I did that
yeah.
in 2016. It was beautiful. I used to comb it out. It was very beautiful, but my hair started falling off. And that was actually the last time I chemically processed my hair. So like I mean, I had dreadlocks all these years, and then in 2013 I cut my dreadlocks and I kept it natural. And I don't know, it was formal or what. I started processing my hair for that year. When my hair fell off, I cut my hair short. I kept it short, 2016 up to when I started using the hair butter. And that was a really, it was a bad move, but I'm glad I did that because I wouldn't be here probably had I not cut my hair and then, try to regrow it again.
Definitely, definitely. And then your best moments where you discovered your aha moment where you were like, okay, this is something that works. I'm going to introduce it as part of my products.
So when I was selling the hair product, and people asked me, when I was using it for myself, and people asked me to bring it for them, that's where I saw the business potential. Why not I just bring you a product and just give it to you? Why not make profit out of it? I mean, I'm taking my time to go get the product. So, this is how the business started. And then when COVID hit and borders were closed and no one could travel, and I didn't have access to now getting this product, I then enrolled on a hair care formulation course because I wasn't going to just sell hair butter forever. And that's where I learned how to make additional products, so shampoo, conditioners, and everything. I didn't know how to make them prior to 2020. But yeah, I went back to the classroom. So I did a 12-week online course. And that was basically the beginning of 2020. And I launched the whole range in October 2022. So almost the whole year, it was a lot of research, trial and error till launch day.
Absolutely. Love that. Love that. Your hardest product to produce, which one would you say is the hardest to make currently?
I don't have, it's not hard, but I've got product that I don't like making, and these are the best sellers: hair butter and the hair oil. Because of the mass, there's a lot of oil involved. So they're not really difficult to make, but it's just they create a lot of mess in my kitchen. So they're not my most favorite to make. I actually have hair butter that's just waiting to be packaged because that's my favorite product to make. The deep conditioner is not difficult to make, but it's the one that gives me the most heart palpitations because there's one ingredient that is very unstable there. So I'm always very nervous when I make it. Not that it's difficult, but I have to be extra careful when I make my deep conditioner.
All right. Whilst we're here, I want us to quickly have a view at all the products, the product ranges. Do you have them right with you?
I do. I have them all here.
All right.
I,
Cool.
I
Take us through
unfortunately
it.
had to put them in here because they were just falling off here. So do you want me to show them one
Yeah.
by one?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one is the clarifying shampoo. This is, I think, just to break it down easily. So if you've got braids and you remove them after a couple of weeks, you need this to clarify your scalp and your hair. All the product builds up while you have your braids. This is the base for that. Also, when you are wearing your braids and your cornrows and all, you can still cleanse your scalp. With this one, it's got apple cider vinegar, which is really good for itchiness. It also balances the pH of your it balances the pH of your hair. And also if you have if even if you don't have protective hairstyles, which is your hair feels heavy and it's got product built up, this one is a perfect one. And then the second shampoo I have the hibiscus flower shampoo. This is for if you're gonna cleanse your hair with the mild cleanser. Sorry, that was my. There's somebody at the gate. Can you believe this?
No problem. No problem.
So this is the hibiscus one. So it's a mild cleanser, all right? Hibiscus is great. It helps also with preventing dandruff and
Okay, we seem to be losing you. Don't know what's happening there. All right, guys. In the meantime, we are still in conversation with Maseabe Mokhine from Runako Naturals, and you're still tuned into Brown Sense in Conversation. Sorry
Oh,
about that.
sorry.
We are you back. You back.
Okay, and
Welcome back.
then so this is basically the first step in your hair care. And then the next step is the deep conditioning. So this is basically, you know, when you go to the hair salon and they ask you, do you want to do treatment? So this is the
Mhm.
treatment of the hair. It helps you to prevent the hair from breakage, and you know it strengthens your hair. So once in a while you need to treat your hair. Treatment to loosely translate it, but it
Right.
deep conditions. It's got protein, just a little bit of protein, but it really is good, especially when you've colored your hair, or when your hair is really, really weak and it breaks a lot. This will strengthen your hair. And then there's also the leave-in conditioner. Leave-in conditioner, I would say I use it on my son's hair every second day. He doesn't comb his hair. I also don't comb my hair. So it helps it detangle and keep your hair soft. And also it nourishes and moisturizes your hair. And then there's also the Crips mango butter, the one that I don't like to make. These are my, and then the herbal hair oil. So these are the sealants. This one is amazing for hair growth and for the hairline. If you've got problems with
Mm.
hairline, this is the best. And then I also have the spray, the daily hair mist. It's got menthol, so if you've got your braids, it'll help with the itching. It is also good to just daily, just to spray some hair, and it smells amazing. And then I also have the male range, the beard oil and the serum. These are all my products.
Wait. So
I have a career
I
guide,
have a.
but oh,
Okay, you can attend to him quickly if it's only if it's gonna take 1 second.
I'm so sorry about that.
No problem. No problem.
And
Ah, guys, running a business and also running your life is a lot. So, for those of you that have questions so far, please do drop it on the comments down below, and then I'll be able to have a look at them. Marcia, are you
I'm
back?
so sorry
Welcome
about
back.
that.
No
The
worries,
timing
no
wasn't
worries.
perfect.
All in the life of handling and juggling everything all at once on your own. So it's perfectly understandable. All right, moving on to the next question that I want to ask. So you said you are a mother of a 12-year-old, right? And I understand. Okay, how many hours do you have with work?
So I work from 8 till 4:30.
Sorry.
You asking how many hours I work?
Yeah, the your working hours.
So I work from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m.
All right, and then in that time, how do you balance out work and then the 12-year-old, which obviously would require your full attention? I mean, coming back from school and wanting to tell you about the day and how it went, and also having to juggle the stresses behind making a mango butter. Um,
It's
how do
all
you
about
balance it
preparation.
out?
We
Yeah.
prepare. So the night before we make lunchbox. I take out his school uniform, get it ready. So in the morning the school uniform is there. He's pretty independent, so he wakes himself up, takes a shower. The only thing I do is I make him breakfast and I take him to school. I still manage to also get up and do germs before we do all of that. So my day starts at 5 in the morning. And then during the day I work, and then he comes back from school. There's homework in between, you know. I really, really do try my best. But my son says that he can't wait to write a book. When he's old enough, he's gonna write a book of what it was like to live in a house where Runako natural products were made. Because he has seen it all, and whenever I do my production, he knows he's not allowed at that space. So he's not allowed to be close to my production space. If he wants to come close, he's got to put on his face mask and he has to disinfect his hands. But I don't allow him to touch anything. It's not easy for him. Sometimes he gets upset that I don't want him to talk to me while I'm busy working, but I always have to explain to him about contamination and all of that. So he understands, but I don't know. I mean, I feel sorry for him. I didn't grow up in such conditions, so I don't know what he's going through, but he is also part of the business. When I go to market, he makes them. He writes my invoices. He helps me to count the stock. He helps me to take out the raw material. So I try to involve him. Sometimes he doesn't want to get involved, but I do pay him also. So he's an employee.
Nice, nice. That's a good way to teach umntwana ukuthi they must work for imali. That's really good parenting. I love that. Shout out. I had to note that. So moving forward with Ikro Teako, right? We obviously now you will see Ogati Runako will be growing into a bigger business, and where now you are not going to be able to handle it on your own. In future, do you see yourself allocating a Runako Naturals to someone to better handle it for you, or would you want to keep it as your baby entirely?
Well, of course, I see the business expanding. I would like to have my own production plant. I'd like to be able to sell the products across the continent and also all over the world, wherever I can sell to. So I am looking into expanding in the near future. If I've got my own production plant, obviously I'll be hands-on, but I would like to have a production manager, logistics manager, and all of that. So I am looking into expanding, and I can't wait for that to happen.
All right, brilliant. We have a question from Osbusi Somaposa. I hope I pronounced the surname correctly. He says, I'm a natural hair enthusiast, but as a guy, it's hard to find products for myself. Are your products unisex?
Yes, the products are unisex. I know that sometimes men tend to complain about the products having a girly smell, but they are unisex because hair is hair really. So, but I mean, also even if you go to your chain stores, shampoos all smell good. So they are definitely unisex.
Generally.
So get in touch to the Cecil.
All right, cool. So, with that being answered, I just want to find out as well, ne? Um, it's natural hair products, right? But is it limited to Ogoti? Is it nappy hair that you can only use these products on? Are they limited to nappy
No,
hair? Not at all.
this is these are hair products for brown people. So the products have been tested on for type 3 hair and type 4 hair. So type 3 hair would be your softer hair, like still brown people, but more softer, almost straight, but not too straight. And type 4 hair would be our hair. But women that are wearing weave, they've got hair underneath their weave. So if you've got cornrows underneath your weave, you're still my customer. If you have relaxed hair, you can still use the spray, you can still use hair mist, and you can use the leave-in conditioner or the butter. So it's not really only for this type of hair. It's for
Mm,
brown people with
all
hair.
right.
You've got hair.
I have I have someone that's really picking on my hair right now. As you can see, so I do a whole lot of bleaching and I change my hair color a lot. So it tends to break, it tends to become a mess. So Unokanya is saying, Masia Bagel, here is the best advert for your product. You must please send some to Charles so his afro can also catch up.
You see, the hair is actually
So
longer than I'm just having a shrinkage day, but I love it. Thank you,
wait,
Nobukanya.
so my hair, right? My hair doesn't grow a lot. And I've been. I think the highest that it's ever grown is around about this high. And I want to know, Uti, um, is it possible that it can grow way higher? And is it a genes issue, or is it a products issue that I'm using?
It's not, I can't answer that up until I ask you a couple of questions. So every time when a customer calls and inquires about hair not growing, there's a couple of questions that I ask you. I can't say yes, it's genetic or it's hormonal or whatever. So we first need to
Mm.
establish your current routine, and we can take it from there. It could be genetic, it could be hormonal, it could just be lack of using hair products. So I first need to establish what is actually the problem. And I've also noticed since I started, a lot of Black women are having hair loss issues. And that's something that I'm really, really passionate about. I actually wish to study further and specialize on that particular topic because there's a lot of hair loss issues in our people. I'm not really sure about the other races, but that's literally the question I get almost every single day. My hair's not growing or my hair's falling off. So, but I can't answer you. We first need to establish what you're currently doing.
All right, cool. In closing, before we go, what would you advise someone that's currently an employee that would also want to take on the journey of becoming their own boss?
Ooh, okay. You first need to ask yourself, why do you want to be your own boss? Because being your own boss is not easy. I think it's easier to be an employee. You just wake up and go to work and you get paid. And I'm in sales, so even if I don't sell, I still get paid. So you really, really, really have to want to do it. You have to be enthusiastic about the business that you want to get into. You've got to be hands-on. You have to be passionate, optimistic. You have to you have to know that. I sell products. I have to deal with people every single day. You've got to be a good communicator. You have to be a good listener. If a customer says, I don't like this shampoo, listen to what the customer is saying. They're not haters, they're giving you feedback. So you first need to ask yourself why you want to get into it and get some people skills. And also, whatever business you want to get into, research on it. Research on it, do as much research as you can. Read, there's so much information out there. So, but business is not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah, that much I can agree on. I had to take a young pause from being my own boss to being an employee as well because wow. Entire
It's not
discipline,
easy, but
discipline,
it's
discipline,
really, I
discipline.
love it. I wouldn't trade this for anything.
Yep, same here. That's why I'm gonna be going hard at it, throwing it, throwing my all in it, and making sure good I make it a success, while still also being your onboarding specialist. All right, guys, we've reached the end of the interview. Anyways, if you guys still have any questions, please do drop down on the comments down below, and I'll have a look at it. Masia, before we go, Mina Ngogwam, just to highlight again your products. Please show me which products am I ordering from our e-commerce platform with relating to hair breakage yam and just a treatment of my hair to make sure that it stays growing.
So I'm going to be loading the deep conditioner. I'm going to be loading this very soon on the e-commerce side. It's a deep conditioning mask. Firstly, you've got bleach, right? So you need this.
Yes.
You need this. You need to deep condition your hair regularly when your hair is bleached because bleach
Mm-hmm.
damages hair. So we need to take care of your hair with this, right? And you can also use this, the daily hair mist. You can just spray this. It's got menthol. It stimulates your scalp when your hair follicles. It opens it up. It will assist with um, helping your hair to grow.
Mm-hmm.
But the star of the show is the herbal hair oil. It's got over 20 herbs. I infused this oil. I double infuse it. So at the most, the infusion takes over a month. So it is jam packed with 20 herbs, double infused. It is the fighter for hair growth. But
All
obviously,
right.
Charles, you still need to wash your hair. You gotta wash your hair. Okay. So buy the whole set, really.
I'm,
Buy the
I'm
whole
basically
set.
buying the whole range.
Yes. I mean, I always, people will say, no, I just want to buy hair butter. I don't want the shampoo. But then the question is, are you not washing your hair? You still need to wash your hair. You need to treat your hair. You need to detangle your hair. You need to moisturize. So you need the whole set. And I mean, it lasts you. So if you buy the combo, it can last you up to 3 months or more. It depends on how
Okay.
long your hair is. The only thing that doesn't last, the deep conditioner doesn't last. I use the whole tub on my hair at once.
I have a side question here. The side question says, so how long, and this is one question that I missed. How long does it
Please speak up a bit, sorry.
so the question says, how long does it take for results to start showing when using your products? So if I was to ask, um, I would ask it in the light of, how long did it take for a customer to give you feedback who would say, oh my God, your products are actually working, your products are amazing.
Our hair is different. So I can't say next week you're gonna get results, right? First of all, Runako Naturals is not a miracle brand. I'm not gonna lie to you and say next week your hair is going to be wasteland. You can see my hair is not wasteland, right? The most important thing is consistency. Consistency is key. So if you're having hairline issues and I tell you what to do on the daily, if you're consistent, within 3 weeks, you should start seeing the results. But you're not going to just take the oil, apply it once, and then expect miracles. It's not going to happen. So consistency is key. You have to use the product correctly. You have to use them regularly, and definitely you will see the results. But I can't give like a time frame. It's really difficult to give a time frame because sometimes, especially with hair loss, it's not an external issue. It's actually internal. It could be hormonal, it could be diet, it could be medical. So there are times when a person actually needs to go see a dermatologist.
All right, we've come to the end of it, guys. You were in a Brown Sense in conversation with Maseabe Mokhine, and you, oof, sorry, guys, oof, sorry, I choked on something. We have met the person behind the brand, Runako Naturals. Thank you for joining us, Maseabe, and we look forward to getting your products. I personally will be shopping on it. Guys, her products are available on our e-commerce platform on www.brownsense.africa. Shop her products, shop any of our other featured products right over there. Coming up next on our next interview will be Idologazi, which will be discussing Ibrand Diabo. And thank you so much. Thank you so much,
I love her
Masiabe.
cider. The Dologazi cider is delicious.
All right. Cheers. Have a lovely day. And
And everybody, I will be at the Brownson's Market on the 26th of Feb. So come meet me and my son.
yay, I'm going to be there too. I'm going to be there too. All right.
See
Cheers
you.
and see you there.
Bye bye.
Bye.